Hi guys, welcome to another video on the 0 to 5 million naira e-commerce course. And today we're going to be talking about creating your e-commerce brand. Okay, so we have gone through how to do the product research and how to get a product, how to choose a niche. If you have not watched that video, you should go back and watch that video. So this is the third video, and we're going to be talking today, like I said, on how to create your e-commerce brand. So let's get started immediately. So the first thing is why branding matters in e-commerce. It's obvious you need branding to simply build trust and credibility for your business. If you do not have a brand that seems credible, less people will buy from you. It's that simple. So you might be losing customers if you're making sales and you think you're okay with that branding. Trust me, if you had a better branding, more people will buy from you, and the caliber of people that will buy from you will be better. It's that simple. There are some people who would not like to buy from people who are not well branded, who are not well represented on the online space. So that's why you need a good branding to build trust and to build credibility. Another important thing is that it helps you with consistency and it helps you with scalability. What do I mean by that? If you have a brand, you have a brand guideline, you have a way you do your things, you have your brand colors, you have things that people use to recognize your brand, you've continued to follow that trend and you will be able to, at the end, scale up that brand. An example, a very simple example is if you look at this course that we have been doing, all of the courses we have been doing, we have this little logo um, at the corner of our slides. And it's just to show that, okay, this is another course by Mizak. So when you see a course or you see this logo anywhere, you know, okay, definitely that is by Mizak. So anywhere you see it, and it has created a kind of like an identity for us, which we can, in the future decide to, scale as much as we're able to. So that is very important. If today you see this and tomorrow in our next course you see kind of like a butterfly logo, it would not make any sense and you wouldn't be able to recognize us that, okay, this is the same Mizak that we watched their course some days ago. So that is the second point. And the third point is it helps you to build your customer loyalty. People like to stick with brands. It's that simple. People like to stick with one vendor. They like to stick with one brand. And when they see that you have a good service, you are a known brand, they like to just buy from you. A lot of people still buy peak milk today, not necessarily because they have the best milk in the market, but why do I have to change the milk I buy when peak milk just, it does the job for me? Even if the price keeps going higher, people still buy it as long as they can afford it. And that's what customer loyalty does. People will keep coming back to you, they keep coming back to your brand. And the fourth thing is perceived value. The way people would see your brand when you are well branded, they'll think, okay, it's a well established business that can you can conveniently give your 50,000, 100,000 naira to and for a product. If it's just someone who is not consistent on the internet, of course you might be skeptical. You might be making sales if you are not well branded, but trust me, if you are well branded, you would be able to charge higher prices for products, and people will just understand that, okay, they have quality, they are a brand, they know what they're doing. They wouldn't just rip us off and things like that. So you'll be able to command higher prices for your product if you have a professional brand for your business. That being said, let's move on to the next thing, which is actually defining your brand identity. And we know what a brand identity is what people see and then they use to identify your brand. Like the example I gave, when you see this logo, you know, okay, this is learned by Mizak, it's another course by Mizak. You you would, if you see another logo, you wouldn't just assume whether it's Mizak or not. You know that, okay, this is Mizak's logo. Just the same way, if you see Google, you know Google's logo. If you see Facebook, you know Facebook's logo. And if they will change it, they wouldn't change it too much because they want you to identify the brand. Not that is that logo that is going to bring you sales, but you need to be identified by something. It's not just going to be your name. It's going to be an identity. So, and for us to do that, the first thing is actually creating your logo and visual elements using canva.com. So I have talked about this in a previous video I did, which is on the channel. You can actually go to the channel and watch that, but I'm going to go over it quickly in this video. So to create your logo using canva.com, you want to come over to canva.com. So when you are in canva.com, you want to click on create a design. So once you click create a design, click on logo. This is an empty canvas, very blank, square canvas for you to actually design. But I understand that you guys are not professional designers, and Canva too understands that, and that's why they have made this easy for you, and that's why Canva is the best for you. So we are going to be creating a logo, which is going to be for a wristwatch business, a website that actually sells wristwatches, and that's what we're going to be using as our case study throughout this course. So what we just need to do is come over here and search for, it could just be a fashion logo, it could be wristwatch, wristwatch logo. Just search for it, it's that simple. And nice, you see nice logos, very nice logos. Can you see? So you don't need to, come up with something super fantastic. As long as it works for you. So we're just going to pick something. Let me see. This is nice. This is nice. This is nice. This is very nice. I like it actually. So let me just make it bigger. Okay, so you can see this is a logo, and depending on what we want to call our brand, I can easily just, edit it, and I can call this I like to use Ender Blake. It doesn't mean anything, it's just a combination of names I like to use when I'm teaching people. Okay, so Ender Blake, and I can call this watches, maybe something like that. You can be more creative. This is just for the tutorial sake. So I like this color too. You can decide to change it if you want, but this color actually works for me, so I'm fine with this. And we have a logo. It's that simple. It's just that simple. You don't have to overthink it. Like I said, it's just an identity. You don't want to spend hours creating your logo. If you have the best logo in the world and you are not actually, you know trying to sell, or you're not actually marketing anything, you would not make any sales. So that's why I said come over to canva.com, look for something that works. And I mean, this is a very nice logo. These are very, very nice. Anyone you pick here is fantastic because they're all created by professionals. So just pick one, edit it to suit your style, and just move along. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and download this. I'll come over to share, and I'll come over to download. So you won't be able to download the transparent background except you have um a what was it called, a pro account, a Canva Pro account. I do have a Canva Pro account in another account, but for the sake of this tutorial, I want to use the one that is free to show you how you can do all of this for absolutely free. So we'll go ahead and download it uh, without the transparent background. Just hit download, and it will save on my computer. So that way we have our logo. And one more logo that we're going to need going forward is what we call a fav icon. And let me explain. If you look at this, if you look at canva.com, this is their logo. But if you look at the icon that is over here, it is just like a circle. All right. So this is called the fav icon, or the icon that you will use. So you're going to need it for your website. So what I just advise is just use the beginning letter of your brand to do that. You can add a new page. Let me just copy this and come over here and paste it. So once you paste it, just enter the E. Only the E works. It's fine. Just something that works is all you need. So you can make it really big. Put it in the center. All right. So what you can do is, if you look at this, is like there's always a background. Most of them have a background. So you can choose a background. It could be circular. It could be this rounded rectangle. I like to use this rounded square. Sorry. Just do something like this. Let me see, layer, send to back. So when I send it to the back, I will be able to give the E a different color. So I'm going to give it white. So that way you can see that it looks like the icons that we usually, that we have. So I'm going to make that big, like so. So this works. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and say share and download. So the same thing, PNG. I won't say all pages. This time it's just page 2 I need. So I'll say page 2 and I'll say done. And I'll say download. So that is all we need. We need so now we have our logo. If we open it, this is our logo. And we also have the fav icon. All right. So we'll just keep that on our system and let's then proceed. So now that we have our logo and we have our logo, our colors, and to get your brand color, you can just click on any of this, whatever color you choose. You will see the code. So this code, you are going to use it when designing your website. So you can actually just copy it somewhere or have your account open. You can always come and pick it up from your Canva account. So that's that about the logo and the visual elements of your brand. And the next thing is to actually define the core values and mission of your brand. And this is very important because it will guide you on your marketing. You need to know why you are there, why your customer should buy from you, what is that thing that makes you unique. All right. And what is that your goals? You need to set your goals. It might sound irrelevant now, but trust me, it matters a lot. If you don't have a goal, you wouldn't be able to, rate yourself if you are doing well or you are not doing well. Okay. So you need to determine, you need to say, okay, I want to be the go-to um, business for anything watches, something like that, and provide affordable watches, or I want to provide luxury watches for anywhere. I want to be the number one, something like that. It might sound vague, but just come up with something and work with it. That's going to be your core values. And of course you're going to have a lot of core values for your business, like being customer centric, putting the customer first, always being accountable. You have to work with your staff and all of those kind of things, and that is in the business side of things that we can discuss later on. Okay, so and the last thing we want to talk about in this slide is actually defining your unique selling proposition. What is your unique? Why should your customer buy from you? What is that thing that makes you unique? Definitely, you have competitors. No matter what you're selling, I don't care what you're selling, you definitely have competitors. Whether you know them or not, you have competitors. Why are people buying from your competitors? Why should they leave your competition and come and buy from you? You need to define that unique selling proposition. Is it that you have, fast shipping? Is it that you have great customer service? Is it that you have all of those things? You need to determine it and make that your unique selling proposition. It's not always necessarily that you are cheaper. Cheaper is not always better. Okay, so you can actually make your product a bit more expensive, but you can give more gifts. That's an example, and that's something that people really do. You could give more gifts and even make it a bit more expensive and have good service and things like that. So that being said, let's talk about understanding your target audience. We have talked about choosing your target audience and choosing a niche in previous videos. So if you have not watched that video, make sure you watch it. So you need to understand your target audience. If you have chosen a niche, like for this case, we have chosen a watch store. Now we need to understand what are the people that buy watches, what are the people that wear watches, what kind of watches do people wear, what age range wears watches. Okay, for the people that are boomers, maybe the elderly people, what kind of watches do they wear? The youth, the young guys, the teenagers, what kind of watches do they wear? What kind of watches do kids wear and things like that. You need to take time to study your target audience if you have chosen a niche. And that's why I said once you choose a niche, it's very important for you to believe in that niche and know that you are going to make money from that niche. If you're not making money yet, it's because you're not putting enough effort, and you, not necessarily because the niche is bad, but because you should fault yourself and say, okay, I have not understood marketing enough to be able to sell in that niche. What do I need to do to to up my marketing game? You can make a lot of money. There are people selling shoes, people selling bags, and some people try to sell bags and say, oh, no, 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 I can't sell bags because there are too many people selling bags, or bags is not profitable, or things like that. You can go into the bags market and make a lot of money. You can go into the watch market and make a lot of money. All right. So I know people that up to this day they are jumping into the watch market and they are killing it. People around me. So you can be one of them. There's no such thing as too saturated as long as you are doing what you need to do. So the next thing is to actually pen down their interest and their preferences, just like I said, and that is going to guide you in your marketing. And the third thing is to understand their pain and be determined to help them to solve their problem. And what does this mean? If you are selling watches, one pain point for watches could be the straps. Could be that lots of people want to have one watch with multiple straps. It could be that people, I'm just giving examples. It could be that people always have problem with the fact that once you buy a watch and a lot of the watches that are being sold nowadays don't have good leather, so you go extra mile to make sure you are using quality leather. You could actually just even buy the head of your watch and make sure you are getting the quality leather from maybe from Lagos here, real leather from Mushin, and charge very high for your product because you are giving quality. All right, so it depends on the way you want to do it. There are lots and lots of business ideas. There are people who are making millions per day in sales just selling belts, not fashion belts, just belts that men wear. Why are they making a lot of money? Because it's quality. It is leather, real leather, and that's what people are looking for. I want a belt that I will buy and I'll forget about buying belts. That's what men want. They don't like to think about things like buying belts. If they are buying more belts, they're just buying more belts. But that's not the things that occupy the minds of men. Okay, so they want to buy one belt and forget about buying belts. So people make crazy amounts of money from selling things like this. Look at the amount of people who are in Nigeria. Look at the amount of people who are in Lagos alone, and and if you now say you are not making sales, it's because you are not selling what people actually need. Okay, so that being said, let's talk about utilizing social media for branding, and this is very important. If you It's not just a matter of just having a social media account. You need to let your brands speak. When people visit your social media pages, they should see, okay, that this is a professional brand. It should be well set up. You can check out competitor brands. I'll show you some example of very good brands. You can check out their Instagram pages and set up your brand according to the way they actually do it. Okay, have a content plan and be consistent. Oh my god, this is very very important. Like I used to tell people, selling online is not just a matter of, okay, I want to start selling and I want to go in and just start hitting the big numbers. No, you have to be consistent. You have to work on your consistency. You have to be patient, and you have to be very intelligent. Actually, you have to learn to study your audience and know what they really want. You study your content. People react to more content, to this kind of content, so you're going to create more of that content for them. And you have to understand that, and that is what will help you, in your e-commerce journey. You have to have a content plan. Make sure you're always posting what will benefit, not just posting the shoes, that see shoe, come and buy a shoe. No, of course you post things like that, posting what you want to sell, yeah, but you have to think of the people that want to buy and what they will be interested in seeing. All right, so you have to post content that they will be interested in seeing. Okay, so you have to think from the angle of the customers. Another thing is you have to build authority in your niche using content. You have to post in every way. Build authority. Talk about the pain points of people. Talk about the solutions that, for instance, if I'm talking about watches, you need to talk about, okay, how they can avoid the issues of the strap issues on watches and things like. Just research. There are a lot of issues that you can actually solve. People have done these things online. Just go and just repurpose and create this content, and you'll be surprised at the engagement level. But if you're just posting bags everyday bags, people just be swiping when they see your profile, and that's not what you need. You want to actually build an authority and let people come to you for for question. Let them come to you when they have issues, when they're stuck. That's what building an authority is. And they know that I have a go-to person when I need something like this. That is what building an authority is. Focus on giving value and the long-term effects. If people could be patient with giving value, no one, when you give value, people naturally feel indebted to you. That's just one simple thing. You give value, and you now tell them, okay, I'm actually selling this. People would like to buy from you because you have given value. It's just the nature, is the psychology of selling, the psychology of human beings. So if you can take advantage of that, give value. It might seem like I'm calling long term, but trust me, in a shorter term, you'll actually be reaping it. You need to be selfless when you're trying to sell. And the last thing is you need to engage with your potential customers. Try to understand their pain. Communicate with them. Hosts. You can have webinars. You can have different things talking about your product, talking about how you can actually help them. And sometimes not even thinking about selling, just trying to build an audience and trying to help them get past a particular hurdle depending on what you're selling. For instance, if you're talking about, if you're selling cars or you're selling things that have to do with cars, people that are car enthusiasts, they like to talk about cars. So you can, have circles where you just, talk about cars. You can have a community where you talk about cars, talk about the latest cars, talk about, the issues cars have, or you have a blog and things like that. So you need to engage with your potential customers. And that being said, let's talk about the case studies. Let me give you examples of some brands that I think you can go ahead and model your brand after. This is an example. This is it's called Shopify. It's a shoe brand. It's a Nigerian shoe brand. So they sell other things other than shoes. We wouldn't do this when we are doing our own brand, because this is a shoe brand and they are trying to sell okay, 4 foot silicone. Okay, it's also with the niche. It's fine. It's actually fine. It's something that has to do with shoes. So this is a good brand. There's a Nigerian brand that these guys are really cashing it out. You can see, this is what I'm talking about. This is their blog posts, and this is their Instagram reels, or what's it called, their Instagram posts popping up on their website. So I'll show you how to do all of those things. So you can see, you can actually view their products and purchase from this website. So this is a product that they're selling. This is another product that you can even test out. You can see that they're trying to really push this product. Although this website, based from a web designer perspective, is not very perfect. It has a lot of issues, but it's still okay. All right, so that's one thing. Another website is this, fancysouls.com.ng. This is more organized. They look like they are they're well standardized. And look, this is what I'm talking about. I don't know them. I've never seen them before. I've never heard of them before. I'm not a shoe enthusiast, but once I see the website, I can believe that, okay, this is a professional brand. And if I want to buy shoe, I can come over to this website and try to order from them. Who knows? So if you have a professional brand like this, and trust me, you don't need to spend a fortune to have something this standard. I'm going to be showing you as you go on in this course. So this is an example. You can check out their Instagram page, their Facebook pages, and all of those things, and model your brand around that. You can see I'm going to be showing you how you can make actually better websites than even these websites that you see here. So this is another one. This is soji.com. Maybe the guy's name is Soji, I don't know. But this is soji.com. You can see this is a very professional e-commerce website. They sell shoes and bags and all those different kind of stuff. All right. So, and one thing you need to know is that not everybody just usually have this product down in stock. Some just populate it, or you can even know certain vendors that sell this product and populate them on your website, run ads for them, or put them on your Instagram pages and things like that. And when you get an order, you just how you guys do it. You can, it could be through Telegram, it could be through it could be that you have the contact of the vendor and things like that. And the vendor, the funny thing that the vendor herself or himself might not even have a professional website like your own. So they will trust you, they won't even trust the vendor. So that's the from the advantages of having a professional website like this. So this another one. This one is a jewelry website. It's called zurela.com.ng. So it's a Nigerian brand too. You can see how professional their website looks. They take professional photos. Um, you can see. So that's what I'm talking about. This is another one. This is Zavandi. Zavandi is a bigger brand too. They actually sell quality high ticket jewelry. This is a jewelry. This is a ring of about 622,000 wedding ring. So you can see. So Zavandi is a bigger brand than Zurel actually. So you can see these are brands that are making they're making money. And like look at Zavandi. I don't know where they are. I don't know where their store is, but I believe they are a professional brand because of just their website. And trust me, the website to be making is going to be better than all of these websites we're seeing right here. So those are samples of good brands that you can check out. You can pause this video, write them down, check them out, and study them, and look for whatever the niche you have chosen. Look for competitors that are doing well in that niche and try to replicate what they're doing. That's what we're just going to try to do. And that being said, that will be the end of this particular video. So let me end this with this beautiful quote by Avi McKay. It says, "People begin to become successful the minute they decide to be," which is a very beautiful quote. And what it simply means is that as soon as you decide that you're going to be successful, you're going to give it all it takes to be successful. It guides your thinking and you become more focused to actually achieving that success. And I really love it. And that's why I decided to share this with you. That being said, we will be ending this particular video here. If you have not joined the community, make sure you join the community. I'll leave the link below to join the WhatsApp group, and we have a premium group that's for people who want one-on-one mentorship. If you want one-on-one mentorship with me, I'm going to guide you as you create your brand from start to finish. There's a link to that, but that is not free. If you want, if however the WhatsApp community is totally free. You know there are a lot of people there. Join the like minds and take advantage of what I've taught you for free. There are people who are there who answer your questions, who have been trying it for a while now. And yeah, that being said, I will join you guys in the very next video.